always knew that it was going to be a tough game going in against Limerick. Probably didn't hurl as well as we would have liked, but still got out with a win against the All-Ireland finalists last year, so it was a good boost for us in the camp, and it's been good since then, and we've trained well since then, and looking forward to the Munster final.
They beat, I suppose, the current Munster champions and All-Ireland finalists Limerick, so they've created a lot of scoring chances, and they've taken them the last 2 days out, and I think they're playing with a ferocious tenacity in their game, so I suppose hopefully we'll be hoping to match that on the day, and just hoping that maybe we can get the right results and the breaks that you need to win these big games.
They're unbeaten so far this year. They were very impressive in the league. They had a good win against Galway in the league final, and they did a great display against Cork as well. So they'll be, without a shadow of doubt, be the favourites. I think that's fair enough. We're used to the tag of being underdog, and that wouldn't bother us. But Tipperary aren't going to treat us lightly just because we're underdogs. It's going to be a tough battle, and every inch is going to be hard fought for.
Munster final is a big occasion, but I suppose for the Tipperary team, a few of us have played in a Munster final before and not been on the right side of the results. So I suppose it's another game, and both teams are looking at coming out on top, and they don't care if it's a good game or if it's a poor game once your team wins, and I think that's the way we're going to approach this game, just to get a victory on the day.
It hasn't been done in Clare for too long, and it's been 10 years. So it would be great. It's something I'd kind of dreamt that as a young fella, and I suppose the Tipperary lads will have the same dreams as well, but only one of us gets to do it this Sunday.
Nicky, some people say provincial titles don't matter, but how important is this game to both counties?
This is going to be a really big game for both counties. Like Clare didn't win it since 1998, Tip didn't win it since 2001. There's only a handful of players on either side that have medals. They'll be going all out, and both sides will be really wanting to win. And
Gordon, important too for the All-Ireland.
I mean, the winners of this have a huge incentive of going straight to the All-Ireland semi-final, whereas the losers could end up, if they advance, playing Kilkenny in an All-Ireland semi-final, and I don't think too many teams will want that after last Sunday's second half performance.
Well, indeed. We don't have the Clare team, we do have the Tipperary team. And what's interesting here is the half-forward line. Is this the one area that Tipperary have concerns about?
Yeah, Matt. Well, Tip have made changes again from the Cork match. Pat Kerwick came on as a sub the last day. He's retained his place. John O'Brien comes in. Seamus Butler has been moved to the corner. Seamus Callanan did well the last day, but it really is the key area for Tip. That's where they've had their problems.
And of course, one name that also sticks out, there have been a lot of fitness doubts about Conor O'Mahony playing at centre-back. Why is it so important that he has been selected?
Well, Conor O'Mahony has been an outstanding player for Tip all year, and for the last couple of years at centre-back. I think for centre-back you really have to be able to block the middle, and he's really capable of doing that, as Sean McMahon or Ronan Curran for Cork. You'll see him blocking down Brian Corrie there. But added to that, he's a great, very skillful player, and he uses the ball really well. So Tip will wait till the last minute to make sure that he'd recover and give him every chance.
Yeah, I don't think actually Paul Curran has got enough credit at full back as well. He's been in fantastic form. He's keeping out current All-Star there in Declan Fanning, and I don't think that's ever happened before. An All-Star full back is sitting on the bench watching the championship.
Now, a player you know well, introduced in your time, Larry Corbett's having a great year. Why has he come on so much this year?
Well, I think Larry's he's fitter this year. He hasn't had as many injury problems as he had in the last number of years, and he seems to be up for it, and he's using his pace, and he's showing for the ball, and he's a very unpredictable player. He's good in the air, he's great pace, and he has great skill, and he's a very important part and a very important player for Tip.
And of course, Owen Kelly is the other player that I suppose the marquee name as well in the forward line, and we should see in a minute he got a great goal against Cork in the Munster final. So is this giving a great advantage to Tipperary this year, that they have a number of different players who can get scores?
Well, I think part of Tip's problem in the last number of years, Matt, has been that there's been too much pressure on Owen Kelly to get all the scoring. But this year it's been shared out a little bit better, But he's Kelly is a great player, huge power, and great skill, and that's a fantastic goal.
Of course, you'll be accused of a little bit of bias towards Tipperary, given all your success with the county over the years. But how highly do you regard this Clare team this year?
Well, I think Clare are underestimated in many quarters, Matt. They're not getting as much credit as they deserve for beating Waterford and beating Limerick. People say Waterford were poor on the day, but still Clare put up 2 goals and 26 points. They say Limerick conceded too many easy goals, but Clare fully deserved to in spite of those easy goals, to win that game. And Limerick got their chance in the second half. They came back to within 2 points of them, playing with the win. But, you know, Brian O'Connell and the Clare guys, you know, they really stuck to their task in the second half and they drove out with the ball. You know, they're showing a lot of heart and, you know, they're physically very strong up front and scoring a lot of goals.
Gordon, do Clare have enough to win this game, or will they be happy that they've made it as far as the final?
They certainly won't be happy that they've just made it to the final. They've got 2 good wins under their belt, and I think, as Nicky said, they haven't got enough credit for what they've done, but they're going back to the same players again and again. I mean, your Colin Lynch's, your Niall Gilligan's, your Frank Lowen's, they're asking these players all the time. The dearth of underage talent in Clare is scary. They haven't never won a Munster under-21 title. They've only won 2 minor titles, the last one in 1989. Tipperary have won more Munster minor football titles than Clare have won Munster minor hurling titles.
Well, we'll see what happens in the senior match at the weekend.